Okay, hold on. So this is compensation.
Yep, compensation. We are going compensation, girls. Somebody messaged me. Hang on, let me see who that was. It's under my rear end.
This is what I've already done.
Okay. Sorry, my internet is down for some reason. Okay, no worries. Okay, so on the steps of success, in your eSuite, you want to print off this document. It has run your auto ship for 80 BV, list your 4 loyal customers each month, and your 3 distributors. So over and over again each month we're doing this, okay? So this is your goal. Print this every month. Order your product, first auto ship, 80 BV at least, 4 loyal customers, and then enroll 3 distributors and help them get their first 2. Your first little bonus that you get is the $120 in product credits. Now you also need to have your 80 BV auto ship turned on for all bonuses. You need to run an auto ship and you need to have 4 loyal customers. Okay? If you want to qualify for any bonus, that is required, step 1 and step 2. If you go step 1 and then go enroll a bunch of people and never finish this, you don't qualify for the bonus. Okay? FYI, all bonus rules, everything you need to know about your business is in your eSuite.
What are the bonus rules called? Just rules?
Yep, just go in and just say Ruby, and it'll pick up everything that pertains to a Ruby. It'll say Ruby bonus. You put Emerald in the search, and it'll say Emerald bonus. I just search by one word, steps. Steps to success pulls up, and then it picks the country that I want. So I don't do big crazy search. I go into the little search bar, search it. That's it. Okay.
Say double good. I think it says double good bonus.
Yeah, double good bonus. So make sure you're clicking on the right bonus. So right now,
that bonus is the one I need to read?
Yep. Ruby double good. So look at what it is that you're trying to qualify for. Read that document. Okay? It is your responsibility to know the rules of what you're going for.
You have to do the auto ship. That 150 doesn't count for it.
Well, you can do it.
For the bonus.
But I don't recommend it. I'm going to tell you why. Because I've had somebody actually in October. She had a loyal customer who was going through a divorce, and the husband turned off their PO box. She had 157 BV coming. Okay, let me explain this first because I don't know if Gemma knows this. Okay, because it's changed since she had first become a distributor. It's my hands, ladies. You know, those who have seen me, I'm hands. So you have 2 options: run an 80 BV auto ship, or have 150 of the bonus volume points coming from your customers. I don't recommend counting on this. Before November, a year and a half ago, this was 400. You had to be at 400 to be completely auto ship free. This number comes from your customer orders. Technically, you're a few pieces of, like, say if you order green, counting there too, but it used to be 400, and I always tell everybody, secure your 400 oxygen mask first, okay? So 80 BV auto ship is the law. Here's why. My gal that she had only done, she ordered some greens, and then her customers' orders came out to 154 or 157. The one customer, like I said, her ex-husband soon to be ex-husband turned off their PO box, and guess what happened to her order?
She got F'd.
It got shipped back. So it was returned order, so she was no longer commission qualified. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Needless to say, that hasn't happened again. Okay? So step number 1, do that. Step number 2, your 4 loyal customers. Step number 3, enroll 3 distributors who also get their 4 loyal customers each. Okay? So these 3 customers right here are going to be these 3 distributors right here are going to be your main piece to go Ruby. So pass it on to you. I'm going to draw. Your goal is to step number 1, or your first bonus is that 120 in product credit. Okay? That has to be done by getting 4 loyal customers. It does not matter what they order, but 4 loyal customers. Ideally, you're trying to get them to 400 so that no matter what, you qualify with any bumps in the road. Okay? And to get to 400, sometimes that means you may have to have a couple more orders coming in besides just 4, but make sure there's at least 4. Okay? So step 1, get your 4 loyal customers. That's your first little bonus. Step 2 is let's go executive, because now you've done step 1. You know how to get 4 loyal customers. And so now you're done with that, and it's time to graduate on to getting distributors. So we had, Emily said Jess. I hope I heard that right. And who was the other one?
Kat.
Kat, K-A-T, like Catherine?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we've got Emily. Oh, and there's an E for executive, and it works. Hey, look at that. Okay, so your next piece, Now remember, Emily, we've already in 48 hours, like I said, I say go get your 4. So we've got her set at 4 LCs. Check. Now you're going to go help Jess make sure she gets her 4 LCs. Now, granted, you're not alone on this. Your upline knows you're brand new. You're going to need help. You're going to need wording help, whatever. So now we need to make sure Jess has got her 4 LCs. And Kat enrolled her and she got her 4 LCs. Now, the cool part is there's a little bonus in between here also. A little payout here. The payout here happens with those first 2 of those 4 loyal customers, okay? So the first 2, Emily, this as an executive, Gemma as an executive, the first, you enrolled Jess. When Jess got her first 2 just loyal customers, not distributors, just loyal customers, you for helping her get started quickly and being her leader and making sure she's not out in the dark, you're going to get a $100 enroller bonus. Make sense? So everybody you personally enroll, and I'm going to explain that in a minute, you're going to get, if you will make sure to help them get their first 2 loyal customers. I'm like trying to draw that. And then this is going to be $100 a pop for you for each person that you personally enroll. When I say personally enroll, what I mean is I'm up here, I'm a couple of levels up, just a few. And I say, well, you know what? We need to place somebody under Emily. And I know Jess and I place Jess. If I place Jess, I'm the enroller. So this bonus, the $100 bonus goes to me. Does that make sense? Whoever the enroller is who that $100 bonus goes to.
When you enroll somebody that quits and you want to get that in a $100 enroller bonus, are you still placing 2 customers underneath that person, or are you just saying SOL on that enroller bonus?
I would place them. I would get
you would
put them. I would.
Okay.
Because otherwise I'm just doing all that work and I got them enrolled and did all the work and I don't get a $100 enroller bonus. I would do it.
Okay.
No, I would place. Here's what I recommend when it comes to placing, and this is what I was going to talk about later, but always start with yourself first. Like I said, you secure your oxygen mask first. You make sure your box is where it needs to be first, that your volume is where you need to be before you start placing customers underneath. And when you place customers, you start from the top line and then move down. So make sure you have yours, then your top line all has theirs secured, and you know what's coming there, and then go down. Because what happens sometimes, and I did this, me and Marva both did this, we were placing people down here and stuff, but we weren't actually qualified to be paid that low yet.
Right.
You're getting paid out of that. Okay? If you need help on that, that'll make sense as we go, and always ask me questions. Okay, questions on this? You have your 120 in product credit. You have an enroller bonus right here for enrolling and then helping your people move on. Got it? Okay, so the next part is to go Ruby. Because I'll move one time.
Okay.
I have a paper too.
You mean like a Ruby paper?
Yeah.
Do you think I'll be able to see it? Oh yeah, these are good size.
Yeah.
I just don't want to write on your paper. So.
I have paper them.
Okay. So now we're going to talk Ruby for a minute. So this is where you really start to generate more income, okay? Because as an executive, you're going to have 2 distributors with everybody got their customers. What's important? Can I use your executive one? I'm going to show you something on the paper first because this gets. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Kind of teeth that bite me, right? Okay. So when you look at this, you're going to see. Can you guys tell me? Yeah. See this 400 GV right here and 400 GV right there? Everybody see that?
Yes.
Here's the note I want you to take for those that don't know. GV means group volume. Anytime I enroll a loyal customer, so this is you, that's my personal volume, that if that customer stays with me and I don't transfer it down to another distributor, that is my personal. Whatever's going on directly on my top line, that is my personal volume. You earn 15% on your personal volume with your people right underneath you. Make sense? 10% on your second level. So this distributor, Jess, and her customers, you're going to make 10% on. Now, Personal volume you'll see in your e-suite will be PBV. Group volume says Jess's group. Now, what we don't write on the chart is Jess can have 4 loyal customers, plus she could have another distributor and some customers down here. So all those people underneath Jess, whether it's a distributor or a loyal customer, are part of her group. Does that make sense? That is her group, regardless of whether or not their name shows up on the paper. Mind you, this is the biggest question with new distributors. The boxes on here are only distributor name. There are no loyal customer. We never list loyal customers in our boxes. Got it? Okay. Boxes are only for distributors. When I'm getting started, I always write my loyal customer names under the boxes so I can kind of keep track and stuff for help people keep track. But if there's a distributor under here, loyal customers, there's all kinds of stuff can work under here. That's their group. Okay. If the box is gray, when you're first starting, I ask you to print and color if possible. If not, color the box. If it is in gray on any of your charts, they have to be at 400 in total group volume. Okay, these are both gray. If it's green or red, it has to be, like right here is a ruby, it has to be at least 150 minimum to promote. Make sense? This is green, this is red. All of these are gray. Everybody got that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, you are going to, here's one thing that's really cool. One of the ways you can get paid. When you enroll, this is one of the little bonuses. This is one of the many ways of those 6 ways. When you enroll 60 loyal customers, once you've hit 60 and your volume from just those loyal customers that are staying under you, you're not passing them down anywhere, but you have enrolled them, they've stayed underneath you. I haven't given them to either person, anybody. They're mine in my system. When you get 60 loyal customers and your volume from those customers is at 3,000, you get what they used to call the car bonus. It's a different, I think it's a loyal customer something bonus now. The car bonus is $600 a month. So if you think about it, if you're sitting at Ruby and you've got 60 customers sitting underneath you alone, you're going to not only generate your Ruby income, which will actually be really decent at that point anyways, but you're also going to, you can also qualify for that car bonus. Okay. And say one month you drop under 3,000. If you do, next month you can actually pick up that bonus again if you get your volume up to 3,000 minimum. Got it? Questions on that bonus? Rachel's going into labor. You stand up, do some stuff when you need to. Okay. So that's that piece. Now our other way to generate income is commissions. So let's talk commissions for a minute. So we have car bonus, we have 120 in product credit, we have all the, like the ruby, emerald, diamond, double diamond, triple, double goods, any of those bonuses, they do require all of your steps to success pieces. And so now that you've become Ruby, you've got all your distributors online, you've got all your customers and your group, the volumes are in the right place, and you're probably going to need help from your upline to figure out what the crap. One of the things I really want to stress that we talked about already because of last month's commission is when you get in and there's 400 exactly, or there's 400 exactly, they just did it. If you get in under the wire, you're just in by the skin of your teeth as that rank. The numbers on the party pad, the numbers on the graphs are a 6-month average. So if you were 6 months as a Ruby, your team is still growing. It's growing past what we see on here. Volumes are going all over the place. So the numbers you see on there are 6-month averages. Now it's pretty broad. I know my first Ruby check, somebody popped Ruby right underneath me at the same time. So my Ruby check was bigger than a standard Ruby check. But most people are sitting right under a Ruby, but just know these are average commissions. It depends on what you're doing. Okay, so why stop at Ruby? Don't, because go Emerald. Emerald, you're just building 2 Rubies. So 2 of these people on your top line, you're gonna have them be Ruby also. Emerald looks like this, okay? So you have a Ruby here. So now that's you, that one of those first people on your top line, they've moved on to Ruby. This person has moved on to Ruby, and then that's your third person, and then you enroll 1 more. So ideally, you're leading a bunch of Rubies. You're just building Rubies.
Nothing.
Okay. That's emerald. Okay. Now, on your levels, level 1, anybody that this is your loyal customers are 15%. 10% across your top line, 10% across your second line, and then 5% onto the 5th level. Then we go diamond. Okay, so FYI, once again, when you go diamond, if you are only getting the boxes to what is required to get the title of diamond, you're not going to have the biggest check as somebody who's been diamond for 6 months. It's just, you actually have to do the work. That's crazy. Isn't that sad? You have to do the work. I'm going to tell you guys, and I know I've shared this before, when I was first going, nobody that I enrolled when I first joined the business is actually except for my dad. I had these 2 people left to go diamond, and I lost this entire leg because nobody wanted to work with the one gal. So I had to completely rebuild that emerald side. So if you think that trials don't come in this, you're smoking crack. I'm just going to say it like that.
Emerald Lake too right now. So
And
it does happen.
Look how close my emerald chart is.
Awesome.
That's getting there, huh?
I got 3 more left.
And I will tell you, I'm rebuilding an emerald under my dad right now too, because my dad was my emerald to go diamond, and now I'm having to rebuild another. So if you think that you're going to come in here and nothing's ever going to fall apart, you're mistaken. But the cool part is every time you rebuild or every time you fix or help or whatever, you as a person are growing. You are learning new strategies for success. And that is what's the most important. You're learning what works and what didn't work, and the bumps and the bruises and all that. Okay, so when we go diamond, this is what you really want to start pushing for. This is what your goal is. No matter how long it takes you to get there, do not quit.
And don't let this overwhelm you.
You know what? It did me at first. You know why? I felt like I needed to fill in every single box.
But you have a team that's supposed to be helping you. So don't feel like this right here, it scared me at first. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like how many boxes I have to
24 boxes.
I have to find 24 distributors. But in all honesty, you're trying to find runners and people that want this as much as you do. So you're going to have this person that's building up their team, and this person going to be building up their team. So you do it as a big group. It's a one team.
There's 3 teams working right here. This one person has 2 teams. This person has a team. I can honestly say right now, I enrolled anybody who wanted to, but now I actually look for leadership. And so it's a big thing for me. Those of you that have been added to the Ruby Builders page, which is now Building Blocks. The reason it's titled Building Blocks is because I want you to think of the blocks that it takes to build, and the work that it takes to build is in chunks. But what was I just saying?
I'm sorry.
I just totally thought mid-sentence.
Diamond. This is what you should be aiming for.
I don't know.
Okay.
Pew!
Can't remember.
Subconsciously, it'll come back to me. So
We're building rubies.
we're building rubies, and leadership.
Leadership.
It is important to me. At the beginning, I was just trying to help everybody and lead everybody. But what's important to me now is to find individual leaders, because I've learned and you've learned, and it is so much work to try to lead a huge group by yourself. I remember getting to diamond, and then I was diamond, then all of a sudden everything kept growing as I was trying to grow to diamond, to go to double, everything. And all of a sudden I realized I didn't know who people were coming in my business, and I felt like the worst person in the world. And then all of a sudden I started realizing, you know what, I can't, there's no way I can know everybody coming in. And so it's still kind of hard. I want to know who my team is personally, but unless I personally enrolled them, or they're not, like you guys, I all know, but there's a point where you start going, holy crap, I need help.
Yeah.
And at first you don't realize that until this hits, and then you realize that you need leadership. Because those that you enrolled that aren't leaders, the one girl that fell apart and nobody wanted to work with her, she wasn't a leader. She wanted everybody to do what she wanted, and she didn't lead them with the kindness and love and all that squishiness. Yeah, don't go into management mode. Here's what I have to say about management. Management, you're keeping people in a box, and you're trying to keep them in play like a pinball machine. You're just trying to make them do assignments. Leadership, you're actually out in front, and you're asking them to follow you out of that box and then create their own environment. If you're a control freak, you're not going to be allowed to ask people to create their own environment, and that's what you need to do. Otherwise, this will stress you out.
Yep.
And it's hard as moms because we're used to keeping everybody's balls in play. Or never mind. I was going to say, keep them covered enough.
Yeah.
Right? Because I have boys, right? So we can say that. Yeah, keep the balls covered. Yeah. So anyway.
I'm not there yet.
Just wait.
Rachel's having a boy. Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Just sit there.
Mind the whole Yeah. Get your hands out of your pants. Huh? We
I
just saw.
swear I say that like 10 times a day right now.
Yeah, boys, you know what we're talking about. Yeah, I read. Oh, my pee-pee's getting big.
Right?
We're recording this, aren't we?
Recording this.
Sorry.
It's for
The joys of
boys.
bloggers.
Yeah, we love you guys. Okay. Anyways, okay, so the reason you want to really be here, this is really exciting, okay? So work your butt off to get here, and you're going to hate days some days. But other days, it's hard. I'm not going to lie, but it's totally worth it. Because what happens, you remember when I was talking about personally enrolling, when you personally enroll somebody and they get their first 2 loyal customers, and you got how much? If they
100.
do the first 30 days, how much they get?
100
100. Well, guess what happens as a diamond?
doubles.
Well, it doesn't exactly double, but everything changes.
Whoa.
It gets bigger, okay? And then it doubles plus some at double.
Really? I didn't know that. So it doubles again?
Yeah, I'll explain it in a second. Okay. Okay, as a diamond, okay, so everybody in here, there's a box for everybody. Everybody's good to go. The volume's there. You just made it. Skin of your teeth. Now, what happens if all of a sudden you enroll Jane down here underneath, say this is Susie, and you enroll Jane down here, guess what happens? Once you become a diamond, and if you personally were the one that enrolled Jane, you get the $100 enroller bonus because you enrolled her, but you also get $80 because you're a diamond on top of that, okay? So from here on down, anything that happens under Jane, every single person that you don't know or do know, but everybody, if you're the personally enrolled, because you personally enrolled Jane, Jane's Lisa becomes a loyal distributor, and Lisa gets her first 2 loyal customers. Jane gets the enroller bonus of 100 when the first 2 go, but you get 80 every single time. Does that make sense, guys? So Jane, actually, because you enrolled Jane, you're going to get the $100 for being her enroller and $80 because now she started a new piece for you once you were diamond. And then Jane's sister, Lisa, so that's 180 right there. Jane's sister, Lisa, because you didn't personally enroll her, you don't get the 100, but you get the 80. And then Lisa's cousin, aunt, and on and on. So anything from Jane on down, that is what we call a cab leg, or they've changed some terminology now. But that's a cab leg for you at 80, no matter where in the organization it comes in. Does that make sense?
No matter where.
No matter anywhere from Jane on down. This one, Susie isn't because she was there when you went diamond.
Right, but anybody after.
Anybody that you personally enroll yourself after you go diamond, make sure you teach your people to get their first 2 loyal customers, because that's why the diamond makes such a big jump from diamond, especially from diamond to double.
Right.
Let me show you that part. So when you go diamond, when you go double, this is what double is. It's 1 diamond and 1 emerald, okay? So this is this is mine right here.
So that's it. All I need is a diamond and an emerald to go double?
Mm-hmm. And then
You don't need 2 diamonds underneath you?
no. To go triple, you need a double. This girl right here, which is my dad. And then I need 2 diamonds. I need 2 diamonds to go triple.
Oh.
And Gemma, you're on that, for me, you're on that second diamond leg. You'll be in the second group. Okay, so make sense?
Kinda.
Don't worry about it. We'll get there later. Okay, so but when you go double, so we got double right here, okay? So when you go double, anybody that you enroll from then on, so personally enroll. So say you enroll, say someone enrolled Susie, or no, with Susie, we already had Susie. Give me a name.
Julie.
You.
Jane, Judy, whatever. Bob, we're going Bob. We're going for the man. We're going on the man side. Okay, so we enroll, say I enroll Bob over here underneath the ghost right there. So I enroll Bob over there after I've gone double. Now remind you, I have to maintain a double status. You have to remain diamond status. You have to maintain your status to get the bonuses. So if I drop down and I'm not a double anymore, or I'm not a diamond anymore, I don't get them again until I get back up there. So I lose those. So it's important to stay there. So I enrolled Bob.
Is it hard to maintain that?
Say it again.
Is it hard to maintain that rank?
It can be. I'm just gonna. Yeah, it can be. Yeah. You can't not work.
You can't
Right.
get to diamond. Like for me, I mean, you can't get to diamond and then just say, "Hey, I got to diamond. I'm good," because your team will, no matter what, even if you physically tell them, I am, like, even if they can, like, okay.
There's
you're
always
with it.
challenges, no
Yes,
matter
there's
what.
gonna be
You're
challenges.
dealing with humans.
But if you stop working and you don't even say anything, so your team doesn't even know that you stopped working, you just stop. Your team somehow, because the universe just knows, and your team is gonna stop working, and their team's gonna stop working, and your business will just die.
You have to be number one. You got to be the
have
top
to.
of your game.
Yeah, number one.
I just wanna show you my
You gotta lead by
Right.
example, and you've got to. The reason why you guys continue to build this business is because we're continuing every month to do steps to success every single month.
That's what I was just going to ask. So as long as I fill out my steps to success once I hit diamond, I won't lose my rank?
Well, it depends on what other people are doing, but as a leader,
Well, okay. Yeah, as long as I have a solid team.
Yeah, as long as you have a solid team and you're working and they're working and you guys don't just completely stop once you get
well,
to
and
a
you need to
certain point.
communicate with each other your needs too. Like
Yeah.
even like our leadership group that we have, like we're all like blah, 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 you know, and ideas and bouncing things off each other. Like this is our group, this is our team. This is, some people are going to have a hard day where other people, probably the biggest thing I see is when somebody's doing really good, they plant a lot of seeds, nothing's happened, all of a sudden harvest.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everybody's, they're welcoming all sorts of new people. But then there's that other person that it's just not happening for them yet. And that can be really discouraging to see other people popping and it hasn't been your time yet, if you will. So it is work. This is not like.
Hello, it took me 10 months to get to Ruby, and I was discouraged before I got to Ruby, but now I'm at Ruby, and it's just so exciting. Like,
And everybody is different. 10 months for you. What was it for you?
For diamond or ruby?
No, Ruby.
Ruby, I think it was like 6 months.
Okay. You? No?
Yeah, I'm still.
She's still going. I was 2.
My distributor officially dropped off today, out of the system and all.
No,
so.
mine was 8 months. No, I was
First
8 months.
8 months.
Because I went in May and I
Yeah.
enrolled in like September.
And you know, I was actually watching Ashley Hughes' thing today, and she said for 4 months she didn't really do much. She just kind of hung out at Ruby, and all of a sudden she realized that, wait a minute, I better get to work. I could actually
Yeah,
make a good
money
living
with
doing this. So,
yeah.
okay, so
look at what I made.
I'm going to show you as a double diamond. This is, so we got the ghost here that I enroll Bob underneath it. Now,
Okay, yeah.
because I'm double, sorry, say that again, Samantha, Sammy. I read
You're good.
Samantha, but I don't want to say Samantha.
You're good.
So
Keep
once I've enrolled, now I'm officially double and I maintain my double. Bob, I just took a jump when Bob got enrolled. So I personally enrolled Bob. Okay, so I'm going to make $100 when he gets his first 2 loyal customers.
Okay.
But because I'm now double, and remember how on Diamond it was 80?
Yeah,
It's 120.
that's sweet.
So it's 220 total. Okay, it's worth the heartache, you guys. It's worth it. Okay, so now then Bob goes personally enrolls Phil. I don't enroll Phil. Bob enrolls Phil because this is the guys' line because they all hang out and know each other and punch each other in the arm. So here's Phil that was enrolled by Bob. Now because I'm his enroller, I was Bob's enroller up here. 120 for me when Phil enrolls. And gets first 2. Those first 2 loyal customers trigger this bonus.
That's so awesome.
Okay, and then it goes on from there.
Yeah.
Triple, up into ambassador, then it's like 150. So it's important that you maintain a team, that you take care of your team, because if you don't, you're going to drop on months and then you lose those options those months, okay? So
Yeah.
does that make sense compensation-wise? When we're looking at levels, you'll see here, there's generational bonus too. When somebody on your team pops at double or pops at diamond, then you get a 2% increase on all these numbers. So when Rachel popped at diamond, I got a 2% increase. Now, I wasn't Rachel's personally enrolled. I didn't enroll her. Marva enrolled her. So Marva actually she got a bigger chunk too because she personally enrolled her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So even though I didn't enroll her, I still got 2% increase on her. But Marva got
Because you're under her? Rachel's underneath you?
because Rachel's under me.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And so I got. So then Marva gets 4 because Marva's her enroller. And I get 2 because of
That makes sense.
Okay.
Hey,
So
my
you guys,
phone's gonna
I
die.
don't expect you to remember all the time, and it's kind of bigger and more expansive and all that kind of stuff. But just to get you going, number 1, those of you that are brand new, you've got to get your Ruby. And I'm going to tell you what I teach. This is what I teach, and I don't know what you do, but I do this. So when it comes to you do what I do. So when I have somebody complete a steps to success at a party, and I generally just pass out the page and go, just write those names down. Just entertain me for a minute and write those names down to the people that you just said. There's 2 pieces to this sheet for me. Number 1, if the person becomes you have everybody we're going to invite to that very first party. My butt is ringing. That's my dad. Sorry, Dad.
Oh.
I know. My dad's going back. You guys, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Should I say this? I'm going to tell you. There's a gal on a triples page that I'm on, and she wanted to go triple, but she had 3 personally enrolled diamonds that all went diamond on her top line. Well, I don't think they were all on her top line, but she personally enrolled 3 diamonds that all were diamond, and she's making triple income because she personally enrolled all 3 of those. Even at double. She's a double technically because not one of them has popped up to double yet, but she actually makes triple income because she has 3 personally enrolled diamonds on 3 different legs.
There was a saying that I read that Lori Conway said. She goes, chase the bank, not the rank. So that's so true. Like you can make as a Ruby if your volume is high. I mean, or diamond.
There's
whatever.
a Ruby I heard Christy DeJesus talk to, and she makes over $3,000 a month as a Ruby.
Yeah. So chase the bank, not the rank. So remember that. You
and
know.
do you guys know? I think it was Sammy. It might have been you I was talking to, or Helena. You can actually be black diamond as a triple.
Yeah.
It has triple and above. It's it's the numbers.
It's numbers. Yeah.
It's not. You have to make $100,000 a month, 6 months in a row
To be black diamond.
to be black.
I'm coming for that rank.
Okay, so personally enrolled. So I'm sorry. This is our base. So when I have people fill this out, I just pass them out and just tell them to have fun with me. Write their name and the product you're thinking about. Well, if the person doesn't sign up as a distributor, I ask them if I can take this and schedule a party, and I'll give them something for free. And let's invite all these people. If they decide not to do that, which generally doesn't happen too much when I go that route. But I use this and ask them if I can take this home because this is a referral sheet for me, and then I can call all them and just make contact with all these people. They're strangers, but I still call them. The other piece is when somebody enrolls a distributor, we have all the names. Every spot here is assigned a name. What I ask you to do as a new distributor for your launch party is invite each one of these people that is on your Ruby chart. Does that make sense? As a new distributor, if you will do that, chances are a couple of them will show up. Ideally, if all of them show up, that's great. And if all of them enroll as distributors, awesome. But according to numbers, that doesn't happen very often. So what I say is if they didn't show up to the party within that first week, let's go ahead and go visit them individually. So I would like to be able to get you to Ruby that first month. That first, because we've gone and talked to everybody. I will tell you, when I went Ruby, like I said, I had somebody, I did a party at a salon. And the girl that referred me to the salon was there. She had not officially enrolled at that point. She showed up to the party 40 minutes late. It was her party. It was her launch party. She wasn't officially enrolled yet, but it was her launch party. And everybody there signed, and we ended up with her whole chart signing for Ruby.
Awesome.
And
Oh, that's cool.
that's what I'm telling you guys. Take this, invite all the people that you want as your Ruby chart for your launch party. And so when I went Ruby, that made me Ruby, but she also was Ruby under me, so my check was good, very good.
That's awesome.
But so I want you to focus on that and teach your distributors on your launch party, invite all those people. Now, if we're talking numbers, you're going to have to invite several people. The numbers of averages, and I don't remember who I was talking to about this lately, but like when I would go out with the center and I would go and put out flyers, statistically speaking, if I put out 100 flyers and I got a 1 to 2% return, that was very good in advertising. So
Really?
what that means is out of 100 flyers or postcards or little door things I put out, if I had 1 to 2 people, that's a good number in advertising. So that's good. So just remember, we actually have a higher rate than that, generally because ours is a little more face-to-face contact too. These were mailers, door flyers, things like that. So
Okay.
be aware that your numbers are going to get better the more experience you have. I can honestly say, if I go to a wrap, either a wrap appointment or wrap party, I never walk out of there without enrolling people. Personally, like sitting with people one-on-one or two-on-one, guaranteed I'll sign them every time. A party, I did have a party of like 15 people and they kept talking. Everybody kept talking to each other. It was driving. Here's FYI. Here's my thing on that. I'm just going to have a minute. When you're at an event, whether it's at a party or you're at a group training like this, please don't talk over whoever's talking. As far as like, don't sit next to somebody else and have a conversation with somebody else while the person is either, even if it's like the party pad or something like that.
That you already know.
That you already know. Because quite frankly, we all go to One Team, One Missions. We go to stuff, and what is it? What do they go over every single time?
Party pad.
Party pad. And who is usually at those events?
Me.
People that are Ruby, Diamond, Double, and above. So clearly they know the party pad. It's not like they need it, per se, but they still go over it every time. So I ask you, anytime you go to something, make sure that you're tuned in, that you're not distracted, you're not talking to people around you, that give the respect to those who are presenting. Because I've been to some things and people, and you're like, hey, I know we all know this, but can we just, have some respect there? Okay, so that's my
Well, remember that party that happened to you, the one that my aunt hosted? Me and Rachel went back there.
Yeah.
Like a month. I got like 2 loyal customers and almost a distributor. So I'm pretty sure she's going to sign up as a distributor. But it was better the second time.
Yeah. So that's just, I want you to be aware of your social graces. And I think the biggest thing to be aware is when we're doing team events and stuff, be aware to even though we kind of all know what each other are doing, there's always going to be new people there, or there's always going to be something that will click that will make you go, I never said it that way before, or I never caught that before. So even if you think you know what you're doing, it's always good to just respect the presenter. And yeah, so that's that.
My phone's going to die.
Okay. All right.
You guys.
Questions on the Ruby chart. Questions on compensation.
Yep.
Okay. I probably overloaded you, Gemma, like crazy.
No, you didn't. It was good.
That's what I'm doing it.
No, I took a lot of notes, so it was very informative. Thank you.
What I want you guys to remember is never be afraid to ask up, because I will tell you there are so many times that even now I go, what was that? I never thought of it that way. Or you guys, this piece right here with the gray and the gray boxes need to always be at 400. Red and green need to be at 150. I will tell you, this was the hardest thing for me to grasp. And at first, what was hard too is not writing any loyal customers in boxes. That was weird. I couldn't get my head. But I'll tell you, on the one triple page, that there was a few people said, I don't know how to explain to my team how to chart, because I'm telling them and they're not getting it. And I'm like, you know what? It came down to me is red and green are 150 minimum to promote. And grays are 400 in their whole entire individual groups. And that is the easiest way I can tell people.
And remember that your upline, like, we're always going to be here. So even if we don't feel bad asking 50 times, because we'll tell you 50 times until it clicks for you, So
one thing I'll do too is tell you where to find the answer.
Yeah, we'll tell you where to find it. We'll look in the compensation plan. Go read the Ruby bonus, but we're always going to be here to help you and to answer questions for you.
One of the reasons why I always lead you to go find the answer too, like she said, I can answer it quickly, and generally I want to do that, but I also want to show you where, because you are going to be a leader as well. And when you become a leader, you're going to have everybody inundating you with questions that you don't know the answer to because you didn't know where to find the answer. So always make sure to ask me, to ask your upline, to ask any of us where to go to find the answer. Or if you're in an immediate bind, say, hey, I'm doing this right now. Can you find me an answer really quick? Of course, I don't expect, Gabriel, I don't expect you to know. I expect you to ask me 100 questions, and I expect you to ask me those same 100 questions like 45 times before you ever get to diamond. I expect it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I expect you to ask me for how to word things. How should I say this? Copy and, let me copy and paste something to you. Send me back what they've said to you so I can tell you back, because that kind of exchange, you're going to see how I say things, how I connect to people, and then you're going to find that in your own style over time. And then it's going to be the flow. You'll get the flow. But at the beginning, nobody has that flow. Nobody does. I don't know. I don't think anybody does.
No.
Your numbers get better over time. And so your ratio of how many people you have, like maybe at beginning it's you talk to 10 people and you get one person. But over time, that's going to whittle down the better you get at what you're doing.
So with the group volume, is that something that the, I guess you call it e-suite?
Yes, you're going to see all the stuff that all these documents,
Okay.
all the numbers for each person are all going to be, that's why you need to make sure to maintain your e-suite, is because that is where all your information is. Anything that we've had over here, like printing off the rules, the charts, the products, what's in the products, and like with you and Emily, what's available in the specific countries that you're targeting, all your information is in there.
Okay, great.
And so like I can go in and look up somebody, say like my dad's a distributor. So I go in and punch in my dad and I can look and see my dad, since we're working on him to get to diamond. So I can go into my dad's and see what his total group volume is.
Okay.
Oh, one thing I want to cover really fast that I forgot. When you're diamond, I'm going to talk about it in diamond because it can be maintained with emerald and ruby too, but diamond I'm going to talk about. So once you've officially gone diamond, you're going to have everybody in their box, and according to their color, how much volume they need. So blue, remember, red and green are 150 minimum, and grays are 400 minimum. Okay. So once that's done, each box filled, each box exactly at the numbers that needs to be or more. Now, once you're officially diamond, you no longer have to maintain diamond through filling each box at its exact number. You can take your strong leg, which is generally your ruby leg, and this strong leg needs to total 5,000 in volume to maintain diamond. And you and everybody else, the volume that you and everybody else creates, like this ruby, you, and these 3 boxes over here, total between you and these guys needs to come up to 5,000. 10,000 total. You can be more than 10,000, but to maintain yourself as a diamond rank and to be paid as a diamond rank, you need to be 5, and then cumulative 5 with everybody else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So now if you lose diamond rank, that means if you enroll somebody, and you're no longer, like you drop too low, then you're not going to get that little cab bonus we talked about earlier. What's important with this is also if you qualified for a good bonus, to keep the good bonus monthly payout, you have to maintain your rank also the same way, at least. Every time you promote, next step, every time you promote, you fill your boxes. So when I went diamond, everything was just right. Okay. When I went double, everything for both charts was just right. For me to maintain double, I have to have 12,000 coming off of this diamond and 12,000 coming off myself and this emerald and everybody else. That's on my top line or anywhere else. That makes sense. All this stuff is probably a little bit more than you need at this point, Gemma.
Good, because I'm a little lost now.
Yeah, don't worry.
Not gonna remember.
Know it's out there. The knowledge is out there when you need it.
Okay.
And so what's important right now for you is, did you put your stuff in already? Did you enroll already?
No, I thought I had to do it over the phone.
Oh, no.
Can I just do it online?
Yeah, just go to my website. You can do it. I'll send you over my web address.
Okay.
Wait, you went to the Wrap Me Smooth?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you just go there and click join, and it'll walk you right through it, but I can help you with it too.
Okay, is it going to be a problem that I was a distributor before and I have a loyal customer ID?
No,
Okay.
Make sure you have a different, well, actually, wait, we need to call and turn off your loyal customer.
Okay.
So let's do that tomorrow. We'll call and do that tomorrow. Let me stop the recording here too. So we'll do that, and then